Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Company L. The graduation ceremony that you are about to see is the culmination of the recruit training process and marks the beginning of a challenging future for our new Marines. For the convenience of everyone attending the ceremony, we request that you please remain in your seats until the ceremony is complete. We also ask that you do not pass in front of the reviewing stand or onto the parade deck during the ceremony. Once the ceremony is complete, please be sure to gather all of your belongings and place any trash in the receptacles located behind you prior to exiting the stands. Lastly, do not step over any chain fence or walk on the grass or stand on any of the barriers around the depot. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, Captain Peregrine. The staff for today's parade is comprised of officers and drill instructors from the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. The chaplain of the Recruit Training Regiment, Commander Bootsma, United States Navy, will deliver the invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, service members past and present, Marines, let us pray. Eternal Father, today is a magnificent day of celebration. After 12 arduous weeks here aboard the beloved Paris Island, every member of Company L has earned the pride, has earned the honor, and has earned the title United States Marine. Therefore, let every one of their names be archived in the vaults of heaven, because from this day forward, God Himself will hold each and every one of them to the highest standards of conduct and commitment that is worthy of their oaths. From now on, let courage be their most lethal weapon. Let loyalty to family and fellow Marine be their most indestructible shield. And let discipline be their new way of life. But Father, above all, fill their hearts with gratitude. Gratitude to all here and at home who forged in them a warrior's heart. And gratitude to their instructors and officers who helped galvanize that spirit and hone their skills. And Father, from now on their shoulders rests the legacy of the United States Marine Corps. And may they safeguard this legacy by standing for what is right always, even if they must stand alone. Father, bless everyone here, and especially all of these new warriors and all of their future endeavors. And God bless the United States Marine Corps. To your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Present-day parades in the Marine Corps have their basis in both history and tradition. The massed formation of troops on one long line at close interval made possible the massing of firepower from muzzle-loaded muskets of yesterday. In those early days, the line of battle was just that, a line of 2 or 3 ranks, and looked much like the parade formation that you are about to see today. The adjutant forms the line for battle. The Marine marching across the parade deck is Captain Dow. He is the parade adjutant and will very shortly give the command to begin the ceremony. His position, when he halts, indicates where the right flank of the formation will rest. Once positioned, he will draw his sword and supervise the placement of the formation. Marines have served aboard Parris Island since 1891, and more than 1 million Marines have been trained here. They have departed Parris Island for combat in conflicts throughout the world. The misty wheat fields of Bellawood, the gritty beaches of the Pacific, the snow-capped mountains of Korea, the sweltering jungles of Vietnam, the parched desert sands of Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and every other clime and place where Marines have sacrificed for country and corps. The first called upon, the first to arrive, and the first to fight, the Marine Corps, the nation's force in readiness, has answered the call to numerous hotspots around the globe, showing the world once again that the United States Marine Corps is America's premier 911 force. Marching onto the parade ground is Company L. They began their training on June 6, 2025, and today's graduation marks the end of a demanding and difficult 12 weeks of training. These young men you see marching before you have met and mastered the challenge of recruit training. They have qualified with the service rifle and received basic warrior training. They have completed over 200 hours of academic instruction and participated in a rigorous physical training program that has developed their strength and stamina for the challenges ahead. Core values have been instilled in each of them: the meaning of honor, courage, and commitment. Marching before you this morning are 463 success stories, each of them a testament to the physical courage, dogged determination, and unyielding commitment to excellence that define the title Marine. This is what they have striven and persevered for: the right to march across this parade deck as Marines. They have earned this title through demonstrated courage and achievement, and now join the proud ranks of over 1 million Marines who have graduated from Parris Island. From this day on, they will carry on the proud legacy and history of the United States Marine Corps. The platoons are being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact position for the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove all hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. It is believed that sound off dates back to the Crusades, when troops had volunteered for crusades, and prior to their embarkation, they were formed on the right on the line between the band and the other troops present. As an honor to these volunteers, the band struck 3 chords of the present-day sound off, while the other troops cheered 3 times. To further honor the volunteer crusaders, the band then marched out from the line and trooped up and down the line while playing. The square formation used by the band with its wheeling turns and counter marches dates back to 300 BC when Alexander's Macedonian flanks of spearmen conquered all enemies from ancient Greece to India. The parade adjutant now presents the command to the commander of troops, indicating that the parade is formed. At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit commanders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information on to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marines. In keeping with the mantra, once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. We ask that those men and women in the audience who have served in the United States Marine Corps please rise. Please join us in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to foreign country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Ty.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commanding General, Brigadier General Williamson, and the Depot Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Ford, welcome. Welcome to the historic, iconic Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island, and the graduation of Company L. We'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to Brigadier General Frederickson. Brigadier General Frederickson is the parade reviewing official. General, thank you for being here with us today. This year is particularly special as we celebrate not only the remarkable achievements of the Marines standing before us, but also 2 significant milestones in our illustrious history. As we mark the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps, we honor our legacy of service, sacrifice, and commitment. We also celebrate the 110th anniversary of the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island, where generations of Marines have been forged. Today, we recognize these Marines and acknowledge all that they've accomplished to reach this day. Many of them arrived here 13 weeks ago, and at that time were a collection of individuals from all across the country and from different walks of life. Today, each one of them leaves here a United States Marine. Over the past 3 months, they have been tested mentally, morally, and physically, and they've proven that they can meet or exceed Marine Corps standards when it comes to marksmanship, martial arts, water survival, academic testing, and physical fitness. All of this testing and training culminated in a grueling 54-hour test of teamwork, selflessness, and endurance, an event we call the Crucible. Each one of them embodies our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. We also recognize that their journey began long before they arrived here. It started with you, in your homes, in your towns, and in your communities. You laid the foundation, and it was your love and support that sustained them through the long and sometimes difficult journey of becoming a United States Marine. And for this, we thank you. We also want to take a moment to recognize our outstanding Marine Corps recruiters. Right now, there's a recruiter in your hometown working hard to find the best, most qualified applicants to offer them the challenge of becoming a United States Marine. In fact, it was a recruiter that first saw the potential in your Marine and offered them that very same challenge, a challenge they accepted and a challenge they've proven worthy. And finally, we'd like to recognize our phenomenal Marine Corps drill instructors. The drill instructors of Company L have spent nearly every waking hour with your Marine over the past 3 months teaching, coaching, mentoring, and leading these young men. It was these drill instructors that took that group of individuals 13 weeks ago, poured everything they had into them, and transformed them into the United States Marines you see behind me. The professionalism of the drill instructors of Company L will be etched in your Marines' memories forever. For our recruiters, for our drill instructors, and for the families that support them, please join me in giving them a round of applause. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'd like to address our newest Marines. Good morning, Marines. Good morning, sir. Be proud of yourselves and be proud of that uniform that you now wear. For today is about you and all that you've accomplished to reach this day. But know this, tomorrow is no longer about you. Tomorrow is about the Marines who've gone before you, whose legacy is now yours to uphold. Tomorrow is about the Marine to your left and the Marine to your right. Tomorrow is about the individuals in those stands. And tomorrow is about this great nation which you've sworn to defend. Serve with honor, serve with courage, and serve with commitment, and you'll do well, Marines. Congratulations on your tremendous accomplishment, and Semper Fidelis. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our newest Marines, the Marines of Company L.
The parade reviewing official for today's graduation ceremony is Brigadier General Frederick Fredrickson. Brigadier General Fredrickson joined the Marine Corps in January 1991 out of Anchorage, Alaska, and reported to Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. After completion of recruit training, PFC Fredrickson reported to the School of Infantry and was assigned the Military Occupational Specialty 0311 Rifleman. In 1991, Lance Corporal Fredrickson reported to Marine Barracks Guam, and in 1992 reported to 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines. In 1994, he was accepted into the Enlisted Commissioning Program and directed to attend Officer Candidate School. Upon completion of OCS, 2nd Lieutenant Fredrickson was commissioned and assigned to attend the Basic School and then Infantry Officers Course. In January 1995, 2nd Lieutenant Fredrickson was assigned to 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion and served as Platoon Commander and Company Executive Officer. In 1998, Captain Fredrickson reported to the Basic School and served as a Staff Platoon Commander and Company Executive Officer. In 2001, Captain Fredrickson reported to the U.S. Army Advanced Armor Officer Course for duty as a student. Later in 2001, Captain Fredrickson reported to 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines, and served as the Assistant Battalion Operations Officer, Company I Commander, and Battalion Operations Officer. In 2005, Major Fredrickson reported to Marine Barracks 8th and I for duty as Security Company Commander. In 2007, Major Fredrickson reported to Marine Corps Command and Staff College for duty as a student. In 2008, Major Fredrickson reported to the Joint IED Defeat Organization and supported the U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division in Iraq. In 2009, Major Fredrickson reported to 1st Marine Division and served as the Executive Officer for Headquarters Battalion. In 2010, Lieutenant Colonel Fredrickson served as the Marshal Cell Officer in charge for Regimental Combat Team 1. Later in 2010, Lieutenant Colonel Fredrickson took command of 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, and deployed as the battalion landing team for the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit. In 2012, Lieutenant Colonel Fredrickson attended the Marine Corps War College. Then in 2013, Lieutenant Colonel Fredrickson taught at the Marine Corps Command and Staff College. In 2014, Lieutenant Colonel Fredrickson reported to Manpower and Reserve Affairs and served as the Ground Lieutenant Colonel's Monitor. In 2016, Colonel Fredrickson reported to 1st Marine Division and was assigned as the commander for Task Force Al-Asad Iraq. In 2017, Colonel Fredrickson was assigned the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit Commander in Camp Pendleton, California. In 2020, Colonel Fredrickson reported to 29 Palms, California, and served as the Director, Coyote 6, Tactical Training Exercise Control Group at the Marine Air Ground Combat Center. In 2021, he was assigned the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit Commander. In 2022, Brigadier General Fredrickson reported to Okinawa, Japan, and served as the Deputy Command General, 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force, and Commanding General, 3rd Marine Expeditionary Brigade. In June 2023, Brigadier General Fredrickson reported to United States Africa Command as the Deputy Director, J3. In July 2025, Brigadier General Fredrickson assumed the duties of Director, Manpower Management. He is a graduate of U.S. Army Maneuver Captain's Course, United States Marine Corps Command and Staff, and United States Marine Corps War College. He holds a bachelor's degree from Western Washington University and 2 master's degrees from Marine Corps University. Now taking his position in the reviewing area is Brigadier General Fredrickson. He is being escorted by Lieutenant Colonel Ty. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we render honors to Brigadier General Fredrickson. Thank you. Please be seated. During the pass and review, we ask that as the national colors pass before you, please rise. After they have passed, please be seated. The Commander of Troops, Captain Peregrine. Her unit's senior enlisted leader is First Sergeant Sanchez. The Paris Island Marine Band, under the direction of the Drum Major, Gunnery Sergeant Ewan, and the Enlisted Conductor, Staff Sergeant Hubble. Captain Cliff and the graduating Marines of the 3064 series. His chief drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Luber. The honor platoon of Company L is Platoon 3064. The senior drill instructor is Sergeant Van Tile. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Miller, Sergeant Gagne, Sergeant Pepin, and Sergeant Caleja. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 3065 is Staff Sergeant Hyatt. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Rodriguez, Sergeant Juarez, and Sergeant Gaspar. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 3066 is Sergeant Jernigan. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Haggard, Sergeant Cherry, Corporal Ramos, and Sergeant Haynes. The Regimental Color Guard, the Color Sergeant, is Sergeant Griffiths. The 3rd Recruit Training Battalion Color Sergeant is Sergeant Miller. Captain Solis and the graduating Marines of the 3068 series. His chief drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Reed. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 3068 is Staff Sergeant Bonifaz. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Quay, Staff Sergeant Sutton, Staff Sergeant Harding, and Staff Sergeant Leday. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 3069 is Sergeant Felice. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Benavides, Sergeant Peterson, Sergeant Batista, and Sergeant Brumbaugh. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 3070 is Staff Sergeant Brody. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Perez, Staff Sergeant Winowiski, Sergeant Anthony, and Sergeant Dunlap. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you the Marines of Company L. Ladies and gentlemen, the company commander of Company L, Captain Peregrine. The new Marines carrying the platoon guidons have been selected as the honor graduates for their platoons. They will now retire their guidons.
Personnel to be awarded. Station. March. Present. Out. Order. Out.
The platoon guidons that are about to be retired have been the identification flags of each platoon throughout recruit training. To each, the guidon is a symbol of spirit, dedication, teamwork, and unit identity.
Retire the guidon. Forward. March.
The commanding officer of the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Ty, will present the High PFT and Honor Graduate Awards. Lieutenant Colonel Ty is accompanied by the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion Command Senior Enlisted Leader, Sergeant Major Penny. We would like to thank the Marine Corps Association for providing the awards today. Please hold your applause until all of the awards have been presented. The honor graduate for Platoon 3064 is PFC Bryant. He is from Bluffton, South Carolina, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Cedillo. The honor graduate for Platoon 3065 is PFC McLeod. He is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and was recruited by Sergeant Ramirez. The honor graduate for Platoon 3066 is PFC Gardner. He is from Mount Orab, Ohio, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Shorter. The company honor graduate for Company L and the most physically fit Marine with a score of 600 out of 600 possible points is PFC Shiflet of Platoon 3068. He is from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and was recruited by Sergeant House. The honor graduate for Platoon 3069 is PFC Alcade. He is from New York, New York, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Martinez. The honor graduate for Platoon 3070 is PFC Vidito. He is from Boonesville, Maryland, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Milliard. Marching onto the parade ground is the primary marksmanship instructor of Platoon 3068, Corporal Abdu. The high shooter of Company L with a score of 341 out of 350 possible points is Private Jackson. He is from Kinston, Alabama, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Brooks. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished graduates of Company L. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Away, which represents the historic partnership and shared legacy of the United States Navy and the Marine Corps, followed by the Marines Hymn and the final dismissal. If you have served or are currently serving in the United States Marine Corps, we invite you to sing along to the Marines Hymn. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the unit's senior enlisted leader of Company L, First Sergeant Sanchez. The senior drill instructors will now dismiss their platoons. This is the last and probably the most welcome order the new Marines receive from their senior drill instructors. Thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, as you make your way to the parade deck, please refrain from stepping over any chain fence or onto the grass. Again, as you make your way to the parade deck,